Thanks for watching Bruins 360. I'm Emily Lewandowski. This past week, the Bruins basketball teams were in Florida playing the Pensacola Christian College Eagles for a second time this season. The women's team played first and suffered a tough loss, 37-48. The men played after and walked away with a win, 76-66. Bre Bullard, guard on the women's basketball team, came to the studio this week to talk about the season so far.
Thanks, Emily. I'm here with Bre Bullard on the women's basketball team, and we're just going to be talking about Lady Bruins basketball, one of our favorite topics to discuss. Bre, let's just jump right into it. I mean, you guys have been kind of on fire as of late, winning, I think, 4 of the last 5. What do you think has been attributed to that success as a team?
Well, obviously Coach, he does a great job. For whatever reason, I feel like the last few weeks of practices, we have all been really good at just working together and being on task and doing what we need to do.
A lot of the players have, I mean, some of you guys have been hampered by injury. I know Trish had an injury. You've been in the middle of an injury. Kendra's been banged up. As a team, how do you overcome that? You know, as you play against these opponents, as you play against these teams, how do you overcome that?
Well, it's really hard. Not definitely something you want to do. Coach is really good about, he wants us to play, but he obviously doesn't want us to play hurt. He's thinking more long-term as well, and he's thinking towards regionals. So even if it means sitting out a few games, it's not that fun, but that's what we have to do. Kendra being injured definitely hurt us, and obviously Trish, and then me, I guess, and Courtney kind of tweaked her ankle in the last game. It's just hard, but I feel like that's just how college basketball goes. So, but he did a really good job of getting a deep bench, so he feels like he can look down the bench and he can put down anybody on the floor and they'll be just as effective. So that's really nice that he can look to the bench and be able to pull someone.
You guys have already far surpassed the win total from last year. What do you think is the biggest differences between last year's team and this year's team?
I think just knowing what was to be expected. Going in the very first time last year, we had no idea what to expect. Everyone had played at like a small Christian school where they were really good, but it wasn't at the level of competition that is in college. So I think just knowing what we were getting into was a lot better.
What we're, looking back at last year again, for you as a player, what did you look and take away from last year that you said, hey, I need to work on this in my game, or I need to do this just for this season?
Ball handling is always a big one. You can always get better at your ball handling. Shooting, definitely. I started changing my form a little bit. And then just not speaking specifically basketball-wise, but I was a team captain and taking that role more seriously. Coach expected me to obviously lead the team. And so just taking those responsibilities and being able to not be so timid this season and be like, all right, well, we know what we're getting into and I need to lead the team.
Talk about kind of the off the court. You already mentioned it. You're one of the team captains. A lot of people don't realize what it takes to be on an intercollegiate team and what you guys go through and putting the hours in practice. But talk about some of the relationships that you have with the girls and then, some of the fun times you guys get to have too.
Well, it is a lot of fun. It's more like a family. We kind of call each other family because that's how it is. You spend so much time together. Definitely on the basketball court, it's fun to play together because that's what everybody loves to do, and we all have a common purpose, and it's the one time in your life that I feel like you're going to get to do it. So it's a great opportunity. I love it. But then off the court, like when we're on trips and stuff, it's so fun because we're just having fun off the court as well. And not only that, but I mean, I've had multiple conversations with girls that go way deeper than just basketball, and that's really what it's about. And so I feel like it's accomplishing its purpose a lot.
Going forward in the next couple of games, what do you think are the things you guys are doing well, and maybe some things that you guys need to work on?
Yeah, well, the last game wasn't that great, but hopefully
we'll forget about that.
Yeah, we'll get out of that slump. We know what we need to do. Like, we can execute, and we've seen that we can do that, so we just need to. I think a lot of times it comes down to just playing basketball. Like, it sounds very simple, and it is. It's just doing what we know to do, and yeah, forgetting about the last game and moving on, but getting better.
All right, it's Bre Bullard of the women's basketball team. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend some time with us. Emily, back to you.
Thanks, Johnny. Coming up for the Bruins. This Friday night, the Bruins are playing a doubleheader game against Clearwater Christian College. Come on out to the Davis Fieldhouse and cheer on your Bruins basketball teams. The women play at 6:30 p.m. and the men take to the court at 8. Go to bjubruins.com to see the newly released spring golf schedule and follow the teams for the rest of the season. You can also like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter to stay caught up with the action. Thanks again for watching Bruins 360.